Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to Steins Gate Zero. It is episode 12, and you know what to do as always. If you want to see the reaction, go down into my descriptions, follow the link, replace the circumflex.parts with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear me out about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, that was a nice episode, I liked it. I mean, it was cheesy, especially in the end, so those of you who follow me quite a while who know I'm always in for cheesy, I like that. Let's see. So, I wrote down a little bit. We have we have a new character in Professor Izaki. I'm not sure if we have met him before. Maybe important, maybe not, but it is about the fact that Okarin is thinking about going to the US, or at least outside of Japan. I guess it is following Professor Leskinen, and it's not completely sure yet, but he stated you would have the options now because he is good enough now. So I guess his notes, his grades got better. He is more focused, there's no question. We had this song, who was very important now. I'm not completely sure about that one, by the way. I like the idea how they did it. Who gave it to whom, so that it is like a very long journey. But then, what I think is they could have brought that in way sooner. It feels a little bit like they just had this idea in the middle of the season and brought it in now, and they went through it completely now. So it is this, how do we solve the problem of her missing memory? And what I thought would have been nice if there would have been like small hints before. So there's like in episode 1, 2, or 3, they could have put in this song somewhere that someone, whoever is just putting in some tones of it, like The Lord of the Stars or something like that. It is still a really good thing, very well done. I like that a lot, because it brings in the concept of time travel again and what that means. But they could have stretched it out over the whole season, and by doing so, there would have been the moment when you can like connect dots and put puzzle pieces together. Which is something that was always very intriguing in this season, in this series in general. So I think that's a thing they missed, which they could have done. I'm not sure if they thought about it before and just decided not to do it, or if they just came up with the idea for this episode. No idea. However, we had the meeting of the three girls who are so talking about Fabuki and Yuki and the others. Where still the question is if one of them is just maybe somehow involved with an organization of the enemy, which is still not sure. Yuki, however, finally met up with Daru, and there was a very nice scene, entertaining in many ways. Although I'm kind of sad that they crashed the date. So, I mean, you can see that Yuki cares for Daru, and he's not really at all able to handle that. He really doesn't know how to interact with females outside of his very own way of creepiness, which is a strange thing. We had the scene with him on the computer where for a moment, because we couldn't see the screen, I thought like, okay, there's something important. For a second he had me fooled, and then it was just dating sites and some kind of girls sites, so it's like, okay, he's in creep mode. But I like that concept, by the way. I really like the fact that there is a character who shows that he can be more than dimensional or two-dimensional. He is someone who, on the one side, is this extreme creep and this very, I wouldn't say weird, there are many people like that, but a person where, depending on how you are, you would say, I'm not sure if I want to meet someone like that. although I think he is in general a nice guy, but his view on females is a bit disrupted, if you know what I mean. But then on the other side, he is incredible intelligent. He is someone who is technical based, and when it comes to his computer skills and everything, someone who is really good at that, where you can say, okay, there is someone worthy to become an important engineer in the future and stuff like that, you know. And as we have seen with Suzuha, he has his moments where he is able to put away this creepiness and can be calm, considerate, and just a loving person. And I like this character because it puts all of this together, because I think many people are like that. Maybe not to these extremes. He's an extreme in many ways, you know. He is extremely creepy. I know there are people who are more creepy than that. And he is extremely intelligent at the same time. But I think for Monita, every human being, you have different sides to them. And it's a good way they show that here, using him. I like that. So, however, we had the date. I like that, so we're going forward on that. It's some might say it's not important for the story, but for me, this series is not only about the stories. It is always about the persons as well. And those are very, very well done, which is why I like Steins Gate so much, because they have their very own stories and motivations. I like that. I wouldn't say I was surprised. I always question a bit what Okarin is doing. On the one hand, he is saying, I will not follow on these things about time travel. I will not travel through time anymore. I will not use Steins Gate. I will not damage time itself anymore. I'm not saying he's afraid. He's too much aware of the consequences and of his own abilities. And he is aware that every time he tries something, he might make it worse. So that's why he's not acting. And I can understand that. But on the same time, he is still digging into who else is doing what. So in this case, to get the memories back of Sheena. Which, the question is why? He is acting not only for her good. He's doing it because he wants her to have her memories, to find out who attacked her, to find out how those people are involved with the whole time travel thing and what they know and what they're capable of. On the one hand, it's about his own security, but I guess he's still like feeling a bit like a defender of time, that he's worried they might make it worse. And I ask myself, at what point will he say, okay, I will have to act now, I will act now, although I did not want to. I think, and that's always a problem, if he has a time machine at hand, he has the knowledge to possibly build one together with Daru, a new one if needed, and he's not doing it because he says it's too dangerous, but when he sees someone else is doing it, and is possibly doing stuff that is just wrong, and is a danger to everyone, will there be a moment when he will be like, okay, I have to step in now because I'm the only one able to? Which is a fact. He's the only one who is able to right now. So this moment will be interesting when it will arrive. What is it that pushes him to the next step, to do something actively? Then we had the song, and it's a fact, and I really liked it. Okay, so first thing first, the song pops up and Sheena falls unconscious again. So it makes sense. We had that already in the past. Whenever her memory is triggered, she falls unconscious. It's, I guess, that her brain is not able to work out everything at once. So it says, I will shut off. It's too dangerous. I try to avoid damage, so I shut down the body to make sure I'm able to manage what the heck is just going on. So and she wakes up and she says So Mayushi says she heard the song from Suzuha. My first guess was Suzuha's from the future. She learned it from Mayushi. Why not? I mean, it would have made sense. But no, she learned it from Yuki in the future. So, okay. Oh no, she learned it from Yuki right now, I think? Something like that. It's a little bit confusing there. She did not say it clearly. Yuki, however, when they asked her, learned it from a student. So it is from now. So, and the student is 20 years old and is the mother of Okarin. And she learned it from Okarin in the past. And as we know from the after credit scene now, he learned it from Sheena. So we've come like full circle. So in the end, that's the way how everyone learned it. So you could say the question now is what does it mean? Where did the Mayuri from the past, the Mayushi from the future, learn this song originally? She stated she learned it from someone, and it helped her find someone important. So I guess it is maybe it is about Okarin there, who in the past sang this song to her. But this Okarin in this past, where I think Sheena was not in there, how did he get this song? Or are we in a full self-fulfilling thing now, that even in this future, with World War III, Sheena was in the past, teached it to him, like here in this picture. So it's confusing there. Where and when did this song originate? Who sang it first? The egg or the chicken? What was first? So I'm not sure there. But it is that's one of the concepts of time travel that are confusing. And we once again have this moment here. And I think I remember that we have him as a young boy before he goes to help Mayushi. And he had a meeting. He had, while it was raining and everything. Didn't he meet a specific red-haired girl there as well already? I think to remember that. So it's interesting that we have it at only the same position and time here. So I wait if there's like a connection still, because that's the one thing that we, I guess, all asked ourselves all the time. Sheena looking so similar, so extremely similar to Marquise Kurisu. How is this working out? And now we have, at this time frame here, we have her, and I think Marquise was there as well, if I'm not wrong. It was in Steins Gate in the original, but I remember that. So where are we going there? That's one thing. Ask myself if we will see the mother. I would really like that. And from her reaction, I guess he's not someone who visits his mother very often. Otherwise, he would know she's going to study somewhere. Wait a second. He learned it. Yeah, she at the university. So he doesn't know. And the last thing we have in is the effect from the radio. So when they were visiting the grave of the grandmother of Mayushi, and they fled from the weather, there was a radio playing, and it played classical music. I'm not sure which one it was, but I would guess it is Mozart or maybe Salieri. And that definitely, clearly triggered something in Sheena. So I guess her memory loss is somehow bound to this classical music that they used, however, classical music to suppress her knowledge. And it came back up. The question is, how much did come back up now? Only the memory of her mother, which, by the way, was an awesome scene. Or did it come all back now? We know there is someone who, in the past, catched her actively, stating she is K2605, I think it is. So a number. And he is able to capture her now. where there are multiple options. So either this is a person from the future as well. I mean, the World War is about who has a time machine, so it might be someone from the future who is searching her actively, which would mean why? Just because she traveled through time? Or was she in the future someone who was used for some kind of experiments which I don't know about yet? Or is she someone from the past, from this time, some years before, who somehow ventured into the future, was found by Mayuri and now is back into the past? Is an option as well. So there are many questions. Question is if this person is someone we know. It might be Mr. Brown. I'm not sure about that. I think they would have stretched it a bit too much there. So that's that. Last but not least, the scene in the hospital when she has her memories back and embraces Mayushi. Aragi nods to Mayushi to comfort her, to just accept it. And Mayushi does, because she's pure at heart. She's just a good person. And she realizes that Hina needs the comfort, the closeness, you know? So she says, all is fine, I'm here, all is good, you know? And I ask myself, will or will not Okarin now tell them what the heck is going on? Because the thing is, Sheena is sure she knows that Mayushi is her mother. She should always also be aware very soon that this is a younger version. And that's confusing. But she knows in her heart, in herself, this is my mother. So, how do you put that together? At least for Sheena, she, I guess, would need the knowledge from Okarin that there was time travel. And then the question is, why not tell Mayushi? I mean, it would be the logical next step. The question is, will Okarin do it or not? Because, as we know, everyone who gets informed about it, who knows about the time machine, every person more is a danger. Not saying at all that Mayushi will be a danger. As we all know, if someone is able to make the right decisions, ethical and emotionally, it is her. Always has been in this season, in this general series, Steins Gate and Zero. So, I'm waiting for this decision. We will see. I hope you liked that. And, well, I'll see you next time. And until then, feel free to comment, like, subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.